We are online. Welcome, everybody. What is up? I had a little power outage, but got that fixed. I didn't know where the circuit breaker was in my new apartment, but we figured it out. Don't understand why we lost power. Hardly anything was turned on. So that's not really a good sign, as I've been reassured that the electric here was good. Okay, but hopefully it's a one-off situation. Wired in reverse? What is that? That doesn't sound good. Alright. There's some kind of old alarm system with all these switches in it. It looked like a circuit breaker. I thought that was the circuit breaker, but it wasn't. Good thing I figured out. Pretty obvious where it was, though. Alright. So, Weird Wednesday, unusual openings, challenges for almost 2 hours. I've got to leave here at 1:30. It's now 11:37. So we're going to take some challenges and kill some victims here. Studies, play, puzzle dashboard. Let's get one puzzle wrong. Let's see if we can get a puzzle wrong for today. They're giving me an easy one? That seems kind of sus. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man, I got a puzzle right, it looks like. Unbelievable. Oh my god, no! I allowed mate in one. Alright, yeah, it's still early in the morning. So what the fuck is this? Oops, he's threatening mate in one. But I don't get it. Like, what's that? So how the hell do I win here? Rook f2. Well, I mean, defending against mate is possible. Obviously, like, queen h2 is likely a draw. The real question is, like, how the hell would you win this position? Oh, rook f3. Oh, no. That's a tough one. I thought they ever give me an easy one. Damn. They never give me an easy one. It's unbelievable. I thought, yeah, they finally gave me an easy one. Alright, this can't be serious. Pawn takes pawn. Wow, they felt sorry for me? They felt sorry for me, so wait. No, there's rook c1, there's a final trick. There's rook c1. So I've got to do a sneaky move here. I just don't know what it is. King d2. It must be king d2. And then king e2. Wow, I got one right. Arsenal's giving them away, dude. I didn't look, though. I didn't look. I got 1 out of 2 right. That's pretty good. I got my 16 rating points back. Do you want to go for 2 out of 3? That's lame. I like always give all puzzles a thumbs down, just in principle. I was playing really nice tactics in some offhand games last night, but if I'm not awake, it's just a totally different ball game. I was really sharp for some reason, playing some games in the night. What the hell could this be? Wait, has like no way through. Rook takes d6, queen d6, queen takes g5 check. It just does nothing. I'm not looking at suggestions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're down 2 pawns. To be frank, our king isn't really safer than the enemy king. Queen takes g5. Just wins a pawn. I'm totally brain dead, as usual. Okay, so it has to be like pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. That's slow motion. Pawn takes pawn, queen e5. Man, pawn takes pawn. It's like, it would take me a year to win that position. This is a very strange puzzle. I don't think I'm going to do this puzzle. I'm not in the mood for this. I really don't think this is a puzzle. Alright. I've got a challenge here from Big Dummy. No, learning chess. As far as I'm concerned, that is not a puzzle. That's just a position where you're trying to find the best move. I don't think so. Arsenal trading queens. Hey, learning chess, your good friend is here. He's learning chess. Almost being the operative word. Queen takes g5, queen takes g5, h takes g5. To be fair, it's like black's move, dude. In that position with equal material. To be fair, I don't think so. But I appreciate your positive attitude. Weird openings Wednesday. Let's do it. I mean, obviously, it's got to be most likely h takes g5, but that's extremely complicated. Wait, has no immediate threat other than taking the queen. It's something long-winded. Learning chess has yet to learn. So I never play the Fajarowicz. I normally play the standard variation. I don't know what that's even called. I mean, Budapest Gambit, I guess. Budapest Gambit, normal variation. Rather than this, the Fajarowicz, which I always thought was total garbage. There was this guy, Bill, who was like 1400, who used to play it against me in Blitz tournaments. But other than the 1400 Bill, I like never faced this ever in a tournament game. So come to think of it, I think it's very rare that I ever faced the Budapest Gambit at all. Only in Blitz, not in tournaments. I faced a Budapest Gambit or two, but not too many. What did I even have one? So A3 is the book one. Did you lurk that up? Learning chess, like, double checked with the opening book. Make sure to double check with the opening book, Learning Chess. I can't remember even the next move. Lerping. Lerping and slurping. Are we still talking about the puzzle? I don't know, A3 like makes me feel weird. I don't know, I that's the main line, but I always thought it's like hard to play, it's slow. I never appealed to me to play A3. It weakens the white position. Now queen to D4. I don't know if that's opening book or not, but it's certainly a good question. Bishop f5. Bishop f5, pawn takes pawn, knight c6, queen d5. It prevents queen f6. Pawn takes pawn, queen takes knight. That's always good. Then there's the proverbial knight c5, which looks like the right move, but one can never knows. And this is a very standard maneuver. Just look at a3 as kind of never bad in the booth as well. I mean, except for the freaking fork on b3, it's never bad. Don't tell him about the fork on b3, because that's not, except for that little fork detail. a3 is a great move. No, I know it's the main line. It just feels slow, you know? Like you're accepting a pawn and then you're playing a slow move. I'd like to be more energetic. But yeah, I've looked at it and there's nothing better. I mean, I think the computer thinks a3 is best. Queen e3. Theoretical novelty. No doubt. That looks like a pro move, doesn't it? He's learning chess. He's just learning. I won't go into a lecture about how weird this account is today. You guys think it's a smurf? It's weird they never talk. Why don't I just play pawn takes pawn? Probably a sensible thing to do. A tasty way to do it. My first Fajarowitz. Probably not my first, but the first I remember. I probably played it somewhere, sometime. Okay. Bishop e7. Bishop e7. Queen g7. Bishop f6, queen g3, preventing knight b3. So that's an issue. White is not developing a lot of pieces. They have moved the queen a lot though, and their a pawn. So there is that. Knight c3, knight b3. Rook moves. Oh, knight d2, very nice. Stopping the proverbial knight b3. Well, we certainly have a lot of development for the sacrificed pawn. I'm in favor. And c2 is also, yeah, juicy, as art would say. For example, queen e3, knight d4 actually may not be a great move, but you might want to consider it. Yeah, black has tremendous compensation for the sacrificed pawn. You've got to admit that, like, queen d4, we grabbed a pawn, then we played a3, and now we're moving our queen out early with white. That doesn't seem like the safest idea in the world, developmentally. Basically, you're doing three things that are neglecting development. Grabbing a pawn, playing a kind of prophylactic time-wasting move, a3, and then bringing your queen out. So knight d4 is met by queen c3. I still like it though. Bishop f6. Rather, bishop e7, e4. Bishop e7, queen takes g7, bishop f6, queen g3. Yeah, you gotta love this. Oh, I hung a pawn. I could also castle queenside. What's the difference? One pawn or two pawns? Uh-oh, b4. I could have played a5 just to restrict him, but it's kind of slow. On b4 we have bishop f6. Where's Asterbait? He's sleeping. Asterbait basically just like is a placeholder, and he goes to sleep once the stream starts. Once you show up, Arsenal fan, he's like, okay, I'm out. b4, bishop f6. I'm praying mantis. No one likes you, Arsenal fan. It's... I mean, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything. Why are we going to narrow it down to Asterbait? Obviously, we're just jesting. Asterbait's submitting a game. Maybe that's what he's been busy doing. Picking a game for the Thursday stream tomorrow night. Sire! Sir, playing Rantis. Oh my god, man. I'm just gonna develop. That doesn't look right, Master. I'm completing my development. We're gonna castle queenside. Why ask why? Okay, knight b3 is a good move, but I believe in development. This is horrible for black. Always stick to development. Now the good thing is I can castle on either side depending on the situation. Maybe he didn't use the opening book for queen d4. Boy, that was a real bomb. One mistake, I guess. I know what move that was. No, 94 is only an inaccuracy. But surprisingly, a3 is not the #1 move. According to the opening explorer, it's actually knight f3, my preferred move. So here, I'm supposed to play knight c6. Wow, b6 is like an England gambit. Oh, that b6 is known, isn't it? It's one of these weird queen d5 things. That's a beautiful, beautiful line. The reverse Blobix. It's interesting, some real players have played this. Wow. Queen d4 question mark. And bishop f5 is the best move. Yeah. Yes, the e5 is best. Bishop e7. Bishop e7 actually worked. Queen g7. Bishop f6. Queen g3. Wow. I'm good even here. You like developing. Apparently knight d2 was the big lemon. You should play knight f3 and he's still equal. Alright, anyway. Nice knowing you. Alright, Schumacher. Weird Openings Wednesday. Yesterday, Schumacher, you missed our tournament, Arsenal, sadly. It's not the same without you. But Schumacher played 40 moves. He was totally lost, reached a drawn position, and then hung a rook on move 40. That was really painful. He battled back from a lost position. Completely battled back from a totally lost position to reach a drawn ending, and then hung a rook. And he said he was going to quit chess. I feel like playing... Uh-oh. Consider changing my name? Would Astrobate like you to change your name? E5. It's E5 would be like another form of... But we gotta play something interesting. It's Wednesday. Weird Openings Wednesday. Chizunu did like... What is that? Yubatis has a name for this. Some kind of animal. But I don't like it. Destroy your dark creation. Form of a hippo. We need new emoji to replace the ambulance. So I'm taking suggestions. Since there are no more ambulances. The whale is some kind of English with white. Arsenal. Oddly enough, Yubatis plays that. I've played whales. It's some sort of formation on the white side of the English, at least according to the opening explorer. Save the whales. How many options does black have in this position? 1, 2, 3. Modern D. Not really an unusual opening per se. Who's Wales' champion? Well, champion? There was a good player from Wales, probably around my age, a couple years younger. Can't remember his name now. How many whales does it take to screw in a light bulb? Is it politically correct to make like light bulb jokes about animals? That's okay, right? I was thinking of Leighton Williams, who I think played many times in the Wales Olympic team. feel like I've had this position with white once. Not that long ago. c5 is probably a bad move. Wouldn't put any pressure on the white position. I feel like someone played like knight f6 against me. Or something similar. I guess that was with the pawn on c5. I'm talking about people almost as old as me. James Cobb is not from Wales. I never met James Cobb, but he has a solid rating. Isn't he like 2,400? But he's from like Yorkshire. I had an old friend. He sadly passed away some years ago, but who was from Yorkshire, and I know he had played James Cobb. I'm assuming he's from the north. Quite a distance from Wales. Other side of the island. I'm not in the mood to give up my bishop. c6 puts just a little pressure on the white center. Obviously white is better here, but it's not easy because you already allowed an exchange of pieces. Your space, you've got 4 pawns attack. It's kind of hollow. Is white just overextended? Bishop e3 is a sensible move. I like this position though, it's decent. If I had another piece jammed on the board, like knight on b8 or something, it would be bad. Oh, it was a boxer. You're really encouraging me to play knight to g4 here. Why are you encouraging me to do that? Nothing special though. I don't know. I mean, knight g4 and then what? What's the point? I'm just gonna get kicked back. Kickbacks. If I don't do something though, he might just have a good game with the old f5. James Cobb's Federation says Wales. Okay, that's possible, but I'm sure that he was English before. I guess people do switch. He was definitely not Wales back in the day. Yeah, you might want to switch from England to Wales if you want to, let's say, move to Wales, or oh man, Schumacher, are you alright? If you want to move to Wales, you might want to change your federation. Secondly, you might just want to play for an Olympic team or something. I don't think the Welsh should be happy about people just joining to play on their Olympic team. Alright, thank you for trading pieces. Pleasure doing business with you. Arthur Howard Williams. British Chess Championship medalist, 18 times Welsh Championship winner. Yeah, I don't like giving me the dark square bishop. Yeah, people do. They do change their federations. I should change to Hungary, but I've been living here for almost 20 years. It's kind of crazy that I'm not Hungarian Federation, even though I've been here 19 years. Wow. How is Hungarian taxation? Well, that's another story. See, the problem is, like, you have to, like, forfeit your U.S. passport to not. I mean, if I worked for a Hungarian company, I would switch and pay taxes in Hungary, but I don't know. I'm sure it's comparable. One thing I'm not going to do is pay taxes to two different countries. Can't afford that. One country only, please. Okay, let's check. It might be mate. What if I take on c3? Oh, Acerbate's speaking Welsh. Or it looks like Murloc. How's your Murloc? One of my favorite horror writers, Arthur Machen, was Welsh. Doug Llewellyn, TV host, had Welsh. Obviously. TV game show hosts. I'll take TV game show hosts for 500. Alex. Merv. Here he goes again. He's going into defensive mode. A nice move here. It's too late for that. Did you get a permission slip? You think he was playing for e5, honestly, Arsenal. I mean, with rook e1, he's been setting up e5 forever, so yeah. And actually, yesterday he lost his e5 pawn. Maybe he's afraid to overextend. I agree. He should have played e5. Wow. Oh my god. Pawn takes pawn. Rook takes, rook takes. Which winning rook in game? Do I want? He's tired. He's been drinking too much. Bob Barker. Barking Bob. Who's the current host of The Price is Right? What chess player was recently on The Price is Right? Yeah, that's some serious pawnage. He's been drinking too much. Yeah, that's not happening, first of all. I don't know who George Gray is. George Wallace. Asterby, thanks for submitting your game. I'll get it in the list there. Oh, that's the new host. Oh shit. So whatever happened to Drew Carey? Is he like still alive or? Just retired? I'm making this as difficult as possible for myself to win this. I want to make this as difficult as possible. I like Drew Carey. Repunj Bansal, Arsenal fan. Rated man, no. Shaki and Praying Mantis. Everything wins. Yeah, but I mean, look at this game. He was doing okay. But why give me the dark square Bishop Schumacher? Why would you do a thing like that? H3 is necessary. Where did we leave book? Wow, there's no games. Wow, that's weird. No one played F4. F4 is too loose. Knight F6 is main line here. Akobi and Nakamura. Now Knight D7. I'm not crazy about that variation. Is Repunj a subscriber? Repunj. You don't know who Drew Carey is? He had his own TV show that was kind of unsuccessful, and then he became the host of... He was like a comedian, but his own TV show that was not really successful in the early 2000s, and then he became host of late 90s, host of Price is Right for a long time. Jovial, sort of. Alright. Oh, WJ Loop just subscribed. Tier 1. 47 months. Just on the verge of 4 years. Jonathan Corbla is an American game show competitor. He's a character, alright. Alright, I don't know if Repunj is the subscriber. Let's take the challenge with Arsenal. Yeah, new place, man. We're moved, WJ Loof. We moved. No more ambulances. Weird openings Wednesday. You're playing chess terribly while learning for exams. G6 in the house. Arsenal doesn't... Oh, he's trying to play the dragon. That was it. Trying to play the dragon. So what's my best move against G6? Arsenal, that's not a dragon though. That's potentially an accelerated dragon. Interesting. Knight C3. C3 I don't like. Although I guess it's playable. G3, same problem. Again, playable but not great. So that leaves us with D4. I mean, that's just standard. I'm not here to play just standard moves. G4. That's a bad move. He's out of frame. Great bookcase. Oh, I'm out of frame. Yeah, I know this webcam sucks. I don't understand why it's at an angle. Why is this webcam I gotta look it up. Fix webcam. Alright, I'm making note to self. Can I adjust the angle of the webcam in a built-in? Why is it like not? Damn it, Arsenal fan. He's pre-moving. You need to pre-move. Alright. I gave you 3 minutes and he's like pre-moving. He's not listening to the stream, obviously. We'll play the fianchetto variation. You can't prevent that. Oh no, Uber driver's here. Suggesting B4. Please no B4. I tried to play something unusual. This is all I came up with. Pretty sad, huh? All I got was a stinking fianchetto variation. And now, for our next trick, we have several options. Fischer played the dragon. In the closed Sicilian. If Uber driver mentions Fischer again, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to lose my mind. Bobby Fischer's been dead for like 20 years. When did he die? It's not been that long. But it's like, we gotta get beyond Bobby Fischer. Alright. There's life. There's life ahead of us yet, Uber Driver. You don't live in the past. It's Bobby Fischer. He's with Elvis. He's with Elvis now. Fischer Reshevsky. I'm surprised he didn't reference Reshevsky. Actually, he did play the dragon. Wow. That's very tempting. Everybody's giving me their dark square bishops for some reason. But it is justifiable. In many cases. What if I move my knight? What would Trojan do? Petrosian, Uber driver suggesting knight b1. Close. I think knight e2 is better than knight b1. Knight b1 is a little bit out of play. But I think Petrosian would have appreciated that. I'm off the screen again. I hate being off sides. I'm actually in the middle of the computer screen. When you guys think I'm off screen, it's making me crazy. Like, I'm literally off to the left now. What looks like central, when it looks like I'm centered, I'm actually way off to the left, which is driving me nuts. That's why I'm off camera all the time. My obsessive compulsive is like totally triggered. We have a lot of street noise here, but no ambulances, so it's a trade-off. Uber driver up late or up early? Wow. Knight f3. Not happening. Yeah, but if f4 he has play with queen check, etc. Speaking of, however, knight f4, the nasty knight. Knight d4. I like your queen on d7 better than certain other squares. Let's just say that. I have an external webcam, but it's busy like being the Ponda cam, as you can see. Should I sacrifice the Ponda cam? Guys, World Senior Sicily 2023, October. Donate, support my effort to become a Grandmaster, win the World Senior. Late October this year, we have 145 days to raise the money. Fundraiser for Sicilian pizza. Knight c4. You're gonna regret that. I love my position. Tower of Pizza. Playing the Sicilian is mandatory for what? It's hard to resist this move. Oh, in Sicily, playing the Sicilian. Wow. I hadn't even thought of that. Does anyone even know why it's called the Sicilian? Curious. Beautiful thing. This position is a thing of beauty. Yeah. Basically a King's Indian attack for all intents and purposes. Also familiar to Petrosian fans. Oh no. Bob, is that you? Bob notably came back like yesterday. You wouldn't do that. That's creepy. Creepy. Creepy tribute accounts. Jesus, dude. Yeah, 95 could be a problem. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay, that's creepy. You're officially creepy. We just go back. Obviously, I'm a big fan. You don't know who Bob is, and you're a long time fan of the stream. Wiki says in 1813, Henry Syrett effectively standardized his English translation of the name of this opening as the Sicilian defense, referring to an old Italian manuscript. Interesting. Interessante. Wow. Rook f5. That's certainly a creative solution. That was his plan. Oh no. Wow. That's a pretty cool idea. I totally missed it. You're following me since 2 years and you never chatted before? That's extremely strange. Queen h1. That is reassuring though. Alright. I wonder how much bullet chess Arsenal plays. Come on with the beep. Man, he's just playing for the clock all the time. Clock master. Remember how angry World Loser used to get when I accused him of playing for time? He's like, I'm not playing for time. What do you call it when you try to flag the opponent every game? I don't understand. Whoa, you have that too? He's got everything. A lot of cagey defenders around here in these parts. Schumacher. Schumacher. The hell's the material? What the hell is material? King f7? That's gone. Seems to be an inordinate amount of motorcycles for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. Inordinate. Wow. It's like he plays with a pace like he's ahead. He's like winning when he's down the exchange. Just rook. He's got a full minute with 5-second increments. Damn, he almost, felt like he was coming back there. Gave it a good try, but that was a creative move. I totally didn't see your idea. Rook f5. Oh my god. What a sick move. That's literally black's defense. Best defense. +6 position, rook f5. And I'm not supposed to take it. The best move is knight f4. Yeah, if I had seen your response, I would have probably not taken it. This does give him some practical chances. What happened in the opening? Yeah, you're supposed to play rook b8. I mean, I've probably played this position with black. Knight f4 dubious. Alan Savage. Washington, D.C. master. Bishop c4, rook e1. And then b5. No, I don't know. Susan. Blech. All right. Oh, 85? All right. Yeah, so knight f4 is not a good line, apparently. I'm supposed to play knight d5. Okay, that's more normal. Yeah, I like rook b8 better for you. Where's Repunj? What's down the exchange? What's an exchange? Dude, it's like a mainline fianchetto variation of the dragon, dude. I played the position for black before and lost. You're supposed to play rook b8. But it's a relatively closed position. I mean, it's not like that the time matters that much. I mean, we're not like, it's not that sharp. This is theory. I had a game like this yesterday. Surprisingly, like bishop c4 and d3 is actually consider. You're supposed to play like rook b8. I don't know, man. Am I gonna ban myself pretty soon? I think. Oh, that's Repunj. Repunj, is that you? Did I ban your other accounts and you have to use that, or? Yeah, b5. We're just b6. So Shaki. Following the opening book here. He's an opening book pro. iBook. Apple has a new iBook. Apple iBook. For Asterbate. Ooh, I had a horrible game yesterday where I was getting like destroyed by some guy in this position. But I only messed it up a few moves later. I think you can play for b5 or b6. Another good method of development is not playing bishop e6 arsenal. But a lot depends on the move order. Bishop b3. Kind of slow, no? Sometimes you can do a double fianchetto. Arsicle. Arsicle. Arsicle farcical. Hey, what about A5 or B5? A5. I like A5. Then what about bishop E3? I'm experimenting with Scandinavian. We need something new. I suspect a... Alright, I don't know, dude. Castle. Cattle. Well, so much for his H-file attack. D4 is in the house. A4, pawn takes C5, pawn takes B3. Guess we'll hold off on that for now. B5, A4. Should I play bishop E6 at some point? Or B5 first? Oh man, I don't know. I feel like it's like a free roll. Black has a free roll on the queen side. Alright, dude. Mildly irritating. Curious Middle Game book? What book is that? Curious and Kotov. Don't have it. Don't create any weaknesses around your king or anything. Nothing bad could possibly happen here. Wow. That's pretty sick, man. Gotta ask yourself. Self? I don't know, White's king is not gonna make it. Slice. Makes me want pizza. You guys want some pizza? I really want pizza. We need a little bit of funding for our Sicilian pizza in October. Mate or loss of queen? Where did white lose it here? I had the exact same position yesterday. Well, white didn't play bishop e3. I mean, bishop e3 is slow. But it does preempt the b5. I guess it's a tempo he can't afford to lose. This is just too fun for black. Wow, a4 was stronger. Damn. Yeah, I mean his king is toast here. Without the h-file attack, I mean with the rook on e1, you've got no threats. So we're down to non-subscriber challenges. c4 was crazy. Yeah, I mean you can't weaken your king like that. Non-subscriber challenges. World Senior Sicily. Let's get us some donations. We've got 145 days to go. Well, that's prox. I set it for October 31st, but actually the tournament's starting a week before that. So we have 138 days or something to raise money. Approximately. Oh no. Oh no. And we play the Emery Tate variation. This is really bad. Can you play small center here? What? What is that? The only small center I know is when you play the black side, the Sicilian with e6 and d6. I'm playing for Fool's Mate. Rook endings were important in 2022. I lost 4 of them, 5, I don't know. I never heard that. What is that? Why are there so many massive trucks on the street? The garbage truck came at 6 in the morning. What is that, dude? It sounds like a tractor trailer. I don't know, it's like living in a parking lot here. Alright, everyone's constantly... Yeah, they have a huge, the cross street, there's a huge sewer, or not sewer, but some kind of massive digging. I don't know if it's a sewer or what they're doing, but they're digging up the whole street for about 4 blocks. Feels like someone's laying on the horn pretty distantly. That's what I did in road rage mode in Boston, circa 1999. Just press the horn for 10 minutes. There is something outside my window. Alright, I guess we're moving the queen again. Queen f4. I don't know, man. Do I have Roomba? Roomba doesn't make noise like that, man. I guess I'm playing King D1. Yeah, Roomba's useful, but it's not a substitute for like vacuuming. Although I have an older one. I don't know, the new ones might be like way better. Yeah. But I mean, you know, for all I know, my Roomba's like 15 years old. I mean, for all I know, the new ones are 100 times better for like rugs and stuff. But you have to maintain it and take it in to be repaired and stuff. It's not. They're pretty They're pretty high maintenance. All right. What is this crazy position I've created? H4. Guys, we have half an hour, 35 minutes, 37. Oh, you found that move. Deep planning. Tau like king positioning. Spassky-esque, even. He wants to misplace his knight on b4. It's fine with me. No, I mean, okay, it's not my king is the problem. The rook on a1 might have trouble getting into the game. That's why I want to do the other Emery Tate theme of a4, a5. Wow, he's just ignoring h5. Pretty aggressive. I don't want to allow d4, d3. d4, d3. Or r2, d2 for that matter. This construction is creating all kinds of problems. The cross street, we have so much traffic coming up and down it. It's a relatively short cross street. I mean, there's nowhere to go on it. Like 3 or 4 blocks, and you've got to turn. I guess everyone's just turning off from the other street where there's the massive construction. I really thought it would be like way quieter here than my other street. I was on the roof, and you couldn't hear the street level noise except for ambulances. It probably isn't louder than my other street. It's just that I'm on a lower level, so you can hear it more. The other street was actually worse. It's just that I was far up on like the 4th floor. The traffic on the street itself was way worse than this one. It was like a freaking super highway. It wasn't designed for that either. There's a lot of motorcycles too. Why does so many people here have motorcycles? What's with the city motorcycles? Should I sacrifice a piece at some point? I'm just constantly hearing cars like idling outside my window. American Idol. A lot of short-term parking because there's like 4 hairstylists on the ground floor. These people will like double park constantly or illegally park like up on the sidewalk for like 15 minutes so they can get their hair cut. They just turn their flashers on and like park on the sidewalk and run in and get their hair cut and leave their Mercedes like sitting there. Yeah, that's great. That's great. There's probably like a huge dump truck somewhere, you know, that they're like honking. It's gonna make the dump truck move. I can just close the window. I mean, it's super irritating. Just getting used to it, really. It's normally not this bad, but we're getting close to afternoon rush hour, early rush hour, Wednesday, 2 o'clock. Repunj Bansal, Alekhine Master. How about d4 now? No, I don't like it. Weakening my king side. I'm gonna go with h5, and we'll flirt with a possible piece sacrifice. Possible peace pipe. Just insta response. g4 is a threat, undermining my e5 pawn. Alright. So fearless play by black. No, I'm just like I get distracted. I woke up this morning at like 5 in the morning with someone like coughing. You reckon knight takes g5? It didn't look like enough. How do I recapture? He has bishop h6 all the time. How can he play so fast? Doesn't even like calculate anything. Yeah, this is the worst anyone's like behaved with the horns and shit. To be honest. I have not had this like constant horn honking. Oh shit, e6. Well, I don't know what it does, Uber driver. It's a neat idea. Bishop b5 check, bishop b7, e6, and like what does that do? Does that actually do something other than open up his bishop on g7? I'm gonna play what, like knight e5? e6, pawn takes pawn, knight e5, maybe. Wow, what a weird position. Take d5. Castle. He's fearless, isn't he? Now the kindergarten's coming. Sometimes I get kindergartens. Better than the honking horns. $1987. 2300 in bullet, 1900 blitz, 1900 rapid, and 1900 classical. One move mate. It's amazing how strong he is. Jesus, just randomly sacrificing a piece without even calculating it, okay? Don't bother calculating. Totally normal. Just fearlessly sacrifice pieces. Zero calculation. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can play rook A1. If he castles, knight takes G5. Damn, dude. What could possibly go wrong for black there? So weird that this player just doesn't use any time. I don't see how bishop takes c2 ever worked, honestly. Like, what did it do? It's like playing Arsenal, time-wise. Minute 30 to 16 seconds. Oh, the one move threat. That was devastating. Nice one move threat you got there. Very deep. Now that's a nice one move threat. Now I need a one move threat. What could possibly go wrong here? Key 8. Ow, my elbow. Queen C3. Rook D1. Oh, he wants a rematch. Queen F3 dubious. Oh, even Simon Williams played this, brother. If I had known Simon Williams played it, I would definitely not play it. That was a crazy game. I should have played H5. Wow. I'm like clearly better here. King E1. B5 is the engine's #1 move. Pretty obvious. And after this, he's actually better. Wow. Just randomly. He just randomly sacrificed his pieces. Alright, anyway. I think a little calculation might go a long way. You might want to try calculating from time to time and using your time. And taking the game a little more seriously. Okay, last game. I gotta go, guys. Did F6 work? That was fun, huh? Praying Mantis. You're not related to learning chess, right? No relation. Portuguese opening. I've never played this on the stream, I don't think. Praying Mantis and learning chess are not the same person. Seems like learning chess's ratings are higher. But it always seemed like both of them, especially Praying Mantis, is strangely underrated. Okay, I don't like this position. It looks like a Trompowsky on the other side of the board. Why was I afraid of D3? D3, Queen A5 check. Knight C3, Bishop B4. I guess I'd have to sacrifice a pawn. He did Queen A5 anyway. That can't be right. Queen A5 anyway? Hyper-accelerated Queen A5. That's one way to prevent D3. But I don't think you should play Queen A5. Just Knight A6 looks like a good move. Knight A6 is the equalizing move there, at least. Threatening Knight C5, winning my bishop. I think that's a serious problem. Just here. Just the way you would play Knight H6 in a Trompowsky. But he's drifting to a Peertz check defense now. Beep. Yeah, and we'll get like car horns instead of ambulances or something. Castles. Uber driver would be proud. There he is. He's talking about Queen G5. Oh no, the paper towels. But it's usually cats that do stuff like that, man. No? It's the cats that usually shred stuff. But I guess now that I think about it, I remember my aunt had this puppy that did a lot of crazy shit. Chewing up everything. Just generally chewing everything. Chew it and lose. Chew it and lose it. This is a pretty boring opening for white now. But Arsenal likes it. B5, preventing knight c4. My apartment would be like banned in Florida. There's like nude statues on the house across the street. The United States is really, really messed up. Parts of it anyway. Banning nude art. Alright. Milo found our toilet paper big count from Costco. Uh-huh. That's fun to play in. Big count. Cost count. The count. 1 paper roll. 2 toilet paper rolls. Oh man, light score bishop. Deal. Deal. Should I take? Or let him take? And if so, I'm thinking maybe G4. Stick to him. Florida parents would be horrified by the nude statues on the buildings here in Budapest. It's unbelievable. They're indoctrinating our culture. Idiots. All right, Rook G1, G4, G5. Yeah, who's playing G3? No, my pawns are on the white square. We're in a white square formation here. Maybe G4. I wanted to play knight H4, but this tactics with knight takes E4 might actually work for black. I wanted to swing it out there. I think now I have to take. I don't have to take, but I don't want to get hit by knight c5 and have his knight like relocating to a good place. Knight h4. Yeah, maybe I don't have that much here. There's also d4. d4, pawn takes, knight takes. He can defend with knight c5. Even d4 is okay. Although there is knight takes e4. Knight g1. Uber driver, you were suggesting knight b1 in the other game, man. Are you serious? But the playing Mantis is a solid customer. Actually, I have a bit of an issue with this. I don't know how good this is. We'll see. Pawn takes pawn. What's my plan again? Kingside attack? Damn. I was worried about something else. Okay. Knight takes e4 I think was better. I can always play f3. The free central pawn. Well, I don't think it's like really free. I mean, it's free, but I'm going to get one back. I'm going to get his e5 pawn back. I think his best line is actually knight takes e4, pawn takes e5, and then d5 with material equality. Yeah, of course. We had knight c4. I don't think I'm ever losing a pawn, but the problem is that my pawn ends up on like a dark square, and he ends up with a strong pawn on d5. I'm not really sure what's going on there. It wasn't the best continuation for me. Wow. Now we just have a Marazzi. This Marazzi brought to you by Knight takes. Oh. Jesus. Queen c4. Oh man. He's not 1600. Been through this before. It's like playing Steinitz. When Steinitz was 1600. He's a Steinitzian 1600. We're like 1900, 2000. Don't understand the 1600. Maybe you lose on time every game or something. He's too good to be 1600. 1618, 1400. That's not true. b4. I have b4. So d5, b4 is a problem for black. That's fortunate. Yeah, preventing b4 would be a good idea. Arsenal. That's true. He needs to prevent b4. And secure his knight on c5. I could play e5 as a pawn sack. Oh. Okay, this is a different story. I don't really like that move for black positionally. The Uber knight driver. This is creepy. Now he has all pawns on the wrong color. 5 out of 6. When I have 5 out of 7, I can count. He has 5 out of 7 on dark squares. I have 5 out of 7 on light squares. Then he's just gonna lose on time. Okay. Yeah, I could sack on g7. It's fun, but probably not best. Well, it's tempting though. Yeah. obsessed with putting my pawns in the right color. Wow. Oof. Why that way? Guess he has his points, huh? Man, Black successfully defended here. What a surprise. He missed e4 though, strangely, which probably holds. Not a really difficult move to see. When you think about it. Why would you not play e4? So move 21, he equalizes with e4, but missed it. See, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, you're 1400, but you played 21 CPL with 2 inaccuracies, and then lost on time. This is not a 1400. All right. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. View Punj Bansal. We already played. That was a solid game by Black, no? All he needs to do is play knight. I thought knight a6 was good. This has been played. It's the same thing as the Tory attack or Trumpowski on the other side. Like d4, d5, bishop g5, f6, bishop h4, and then knight h6, knight f5. It's probably Black's best line here. Portuguese opening. c6, bishop a4. It's even possible to play knight a6 right away. Mark Hebden, 1992. Alright guys, I gotta go. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you Thursday for the subscriber stream. Thanks, Asterbay, for your submission. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy the car alarms. Bye-bye.